Welcome back, everybody, to the Minnesota Twins franchise on MLB The Show 17. My name is MrHurriicane. We have reached a very important point in this second season. It's, of course, the trading deadline, and as a team above expectations in the playoff race, I've had to consider what we could do at the trading deadline. Now, I was thinking about this before the Miguel Sano injury that really changed this team. Sano was our best power hitter, and nobody else has really come even close to his production. So it's possible we could replace his power in the lineup until he can return. A player like Chris Davis would be able to do that if he plays a little bit better than he was with the Athletics. Now, there were a couple players I was willing to trade, and just seeing what it would take to get some of these players I was interested in really showed that we'd have to sacrifice more than I was willing to. I thought the smartest player to acquire would be Eric Thames, and in the poll on last episode, many of you agreed. I thought Thames would have 4 years left on his deal, but it's actually just 1 year beyond this season. It's at like $4 million or so, and he could play first base for us. But I don't think that it's the right time to be giving up players and prospects like this. I'm not sure how many players currently starting for us are going to continue to start for years into the future. So I didn't think it was the right time to make these moves, and we didn't get any offers that were really enticing. The Wilmer Difo trade didn't make any sense. I'm not sure why the Nationals offered that. We will keep Eddie Rosario, and we will keep the roster where it is at. If we can rebound to our first half form, that'll be great. But if things don't get better, and it's not going to be any easier without Miguel Sano, then at least we didn't make any over-aggressive moves in a season where it really wasn't necessary. We all know that after this current season, we're going to have the money to go out and get some free agents and potentially strengthen this roster, and maybe be in a situation next year where we are buying a little more aggressively at the trade deadline. So we'll continue on here in year 2 at 56-49. We are in the playoff race still, even struggling. We are right in the thick of the wild card mess, and hopefully we can stay there for a long time. Let's jump into a game against the Tampa Bay Rays, who are 50-57 heading into this game. There is Fernando Romero with an ERA just north of 4. He enters 6-7 on the season and opens the game by allowing a base hit to the center fielder Kevin Kiermaier. Then it's Ian Kinsler at bat, and it looks like the Rays have a bunch of players placed on trade waivers. Kinsler is one of them, and he goes down looking as Romero gets him with the fastball on the inside part of the plate. With one down, Corey Dickerson back to Romero. He'll throw it to second, and they have time to get both and end the first inning. Now, for this Twins offense, Miguel Sano's absence means that Kenny Vargas now becomes an everyday player, and he'll try to replace that power and hit cleanup. Yunel Escobar becomes the everyday third baseman. Mauer is hitting third in the order, and Yunel Escobar now is hitting second with a .297 average. Cleaning up is Kenny Vargas, as he drives a ball out to left center, and that is caught. Vargas hitting just .219 coming into this game, and I'll see if he is the right player to be the everyday DH. So we'll go into the second inning scoreless, and Romero with the changeup on the outside corner. Brad Miller swings and misses. Here is Daniel Palka. Perhaps he could earn some everyday playing time. He has definitely cooled off after doing well as a pinch hitter early in the season. Full count, Palka looking at a curveball, and it doesn't get called a strike. So Palka draws a walk. And here's Yunel Escobar as the ball gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow Palka to get into scoring position. Escobar playing at short in this game, and Eddie Rosario actually playing at second. And Escobar on the ground to the right side. We don't have the same power in the lineup. We might have to play a little more small ball without Miguel Sano. So here's Max Kepler hitting .210. He had a stint down at AAA and is now back up with the Twins as he fouls this pitch away a bit late. 0-2, waving at a pitch in the dirt. Not a good at-bat, and the Twins cannot get on the board. So let's head into the third inning. And a slider there gets a big swing and miss. And Duffy can't hit the fastball either. Romero gets another strikeout. Last year he made a couple trades, including sending Byung-ho Park to Tampa Bay. And he gets a hold of one against his former team and drives it way out beyond the left center fence. I always like seeing how players play against their former teams, and Park drives one 428 to put the Rays on the board first. So the Twins looking to match it. Leading off here is Quentin Berry deep to right field. Gets a hold of this, but it's just cut on the warning track. Byron Buxton a little banged up from last episode, so he was on the bench to begin this episode. Off the foot here of Romero, recovers in time, and he makes a good defensive play. Just the one home run allowed by Romero to this point. Escobar at third base. Very good defender, and obviously our best hitter for the last month or two. So a 1-0 game going bottom 4. Daniel Palka. 2 down, turns on a pitch, and he is way ahead of it. There's a souvenir. Another hanging breaking ball, and that'll be played at second by Kinsler. And the Twins still can't get anything more than the Joe Mauer single earlier in the game. In the 5th inning, that circle change is ripped to left and foul. 0-2, Romero with the slider, and that is another strikeout. Here's Matt Duffy again, who struck out earlier. Full count with 2 down, and this is lifted for Palka, and he makes the play. So 5 solid innings for Fernando Romero, giving up just 2 hits. But the Twins still scoreless, trying to get on the board, or on base even. After an error to open the inning, we have Yunel Escobar with a drive to left field to the wall, putting 2 in scoring position for the Twins. Can they come through? It's Max Kepler with nobody out. Breaking ball grounded to first base, and that'll allow the first run to score. Can the Twins get the second that'll take the lead? Jason Castro, 0-2, grounded softly to short. And despite not getting base hits or anything well hit, the Twins do get both runs driven in. So a lead is handed over to Fernando Romero, as this ball by Park is also driven deep to left center. Maybe not over the fence this time, but it's a home run and now a double to go along with his strong performance. The Rays have a chance to tie things up. Kevin Kiermaier, 2-2, grounded up the middle. Park moves to third, play made at short by Escobar. So 2 down and 2 strikes. It's Ian Kinsler to the right side and gloved by Mauer. I know Mauer is in the last year of his deal, but there's still a chance we bring him back next year at a much lower salary. In the 6th inning, we get a base hit from Yunel Escobar, and this was big because this continued his hot hitting streak to 15 games. The Twins needed somebody to step up, and Escobar has done just that. Now Palka trying to bring him around as he pulls a pitch foul. There's a curveball that he can't hit squarely. Another one going deep to right field, but hooking foul, and it comes close to hitting the foul pole. Another 0-2, and Palka chases the curveball inside to strike out. So the Twins go into the 7th inning. Romero's still in. Look at the pitch count. It wasn't an issue. But that's a well-hit ball into center field. Thankfully cut off by Max Kepler to hold it to a single. Here is pitch 77 for Romero. Base hit to left. And at this point, I knew that Romero's day was probably done. Romero does get pulled after finishing 6 solid innings, but now leaving 2 aboard for the rookie Jake Reed. We all know how good he has been this year with a 2.14 ERA, and lefties only hitting 2.06 off of him. The problem is, Wilson Ramos is not a lefty. Deep to left, and gone! A 3-run shot immediately following Reed's entrance into the ball game. Fernando Romero no longer in line for the victory, as those 2 runs that were on base are credited to him. And here's how close Berry was to taking it away. The jump there a bit late as it bounces off the flower bed. So the Twins down 2. Can they make a late rally? Breaking ball hit to the right side. Kinsler from his back. To Park at first, the play is made. Good swing by Rosario, but a better play by Kinsler. The Twins running out of outs need something to happen. 2 down. Kepler lifted to right. It's high. It's going back. And that is caught near the wall. The Twins make some good contact, but the scorebook will never know. Great play here at second base by Eddie Rosario. He does have that position flexibility to play there, and so he took advantage of that with Brandon Phillips needing a break. Now this was obviously not the sharpest outing for Jake Reed, but he did rebound in the 8th inning to keep any more runs from scoring. In the bottom of the 8th inning, this is Castro up the middle, and look at that, second baseman behind the bag there to make the play and take away another hit on a well-hit ball. Quentin Berry with one down. That'll get through the right side this time as they finally avoid Ian Kinsler. And that brings up the exact batter we would want up in this scenario. It's Yunel Escobar. Grounded to left, no one there, and 2 aboard now for the Twins. And this is where we need one of these middle-of-the-order hitters to come through. Here's Mowers, left field in the air, and that is caught. No advance for the Twins. So Kenny Vargas, better batting as a righty, and he drives the ball to right field to the wall, and that'll score 1. Escobar to third. It's a single for Kenny Vargas, but it pulls the Twins back to within 1 run. Can Daniel Palka tie the game? Breaking ball, and he swings through it. 0-1. Another breaking ball grounded to Kinsler, and he throws it to Park at first. The Twins now down to their last inning. Tom Wilhelmsen is trying to get through the 9th inning, but not so fast. He gets the first 2, but then a base hit to the right side. 2-2 here to Brad Miller. He's patient, and Wilhelmsen couldn't find his control. He didn't seem like he was on his game from the beginning of this inning. 2-2. Matt Duffy has had a couple tough at-bats already. Full count. Up the middle, base hit for the Rays. Rounding third is Wilson Ramos. Throw from Kepler is too late, and the Rays extend their lead. And they turn the game over to their closer, Alex Colomé. 1 down for the Twins. Escobar sharply hit to third. Easy play, and they're down to their final out. Here's Max Kepler. Breaking ball makes it 0-2. Down to their last strike. Off the foot of Max Kepler. We're not quite finished here. This breaking ball just runs a bit too inside, so the Twins get the tying run at the plate, and Castro into center. A base hit, and now the Twins have the potential winning run at the plate. Byron Buxton was not 100%, but he comes in to pinch run. So Quentin Berry, with 2 down, grounded up the middle, and at short, the easy flip to second will end the game as the Tampa Bay Rays defeat the Minnesota Twins. It was a fun, close game, but these are ultimately the games that are going to decide our season. Are we going to start winning these games again, or are we going to keep dropping them? Jake Odorizzi had a great outing against us, 7 innings, just 1 run allowed and 3 hits. So the Twins head into a series against Baltimore, and Yunel Escobar is trying to keep his hitting streak going. The Twins are also down 4 at the same time. He gets a pitch right over the middle, and that's going to right center. Escobar rounding first. He's got the hitting streak extended with a 9th inning double, and that makes it 17 games in a row he has gotten a hit. So the Twins have work to do down 4, and they get something unexpected. A Jorge Polanco 2-run home run, and this was really a no-doubter. That swing surprised me. Unfortunately, it's all we could do in the 9th inning as the Twins drop this game to Baltimore 7-5. We've also seen the injuries really pile up in the minor leagues. Alex Kirilloff gets hurt, Alberto Salgado gets hurt. Then Alberto Mejia suffers a broken hand that'll likely end his season. We've had so many minor leaguers go on the disabled list, we've had to sign a number of players to fill in roster spots. Not all of these injuries are major, but enough of them have been, and they've caused us to really shake up our minor league lineups. I don't think we had the same injury problems last year. Now, in the second week of August, thankfully we go on a nice 3-game winning streak here, winning 5 of 6, as we have some success against Texas, and the team that is most important to have success against this year, the Detroit Tigers, who are in first place in our division. It's kind of looking less likely that we win the division this year, but if it's going to be close, we have to take some of these series when we have a chance. So I wanted to go through one more game here as Fernando Romero gives up a first inning home run to Miguel Cabrera. Twins looking for a series sweep, but they have to do it against Justin Verlander today. So Byron Buxton able to reach there with an average below 200. Hopefully that goes up. Then Max Kepler, full count as 2 misses inside, put him aboard. So Verlander versus Escobar. To the right center, Gepin down. Not quite to the wall or anything. It's a base hit that scores 1. 2-1 Tigers as Mauer to short. And that is caught. But a good inning offensively for the Twins as the Tigers are able to respond in the 4th inning. And we will go into the 6th now for Minnesota. Verlander having a very good game. Kepler through the left side with runners at the corners gets the Twins their 2nd run. Here is Jorge Polanco. 2-1, a drive to right center field. Deep and caught. Twins continue the trail. We go into the 8th inning. Verlander now out of the game as Mauer goes the other way with a base hit. He continues to hit very well for us. Kepler in the air to center, gets a bit jammed, and that is another easy play. So I was hoping to have another 9th inning for the end of the episode, but Tom Wilhelmsen comes in and he gives up 5 in the 9th. So the Twins end up losing this game 6-2. Really tough episode for Tom Wilhelmsen, who has been mostly reliable this year and has one of our better ERAs. Not sure that is the case after some of these poor outings recently. Twins lose 8-2, but still take this series from the Tigers. And here are the current standings. Twins 7.5 games out of first place and now have 1 more win than they had all of last year. They are 1.5 games out of the wild card race, but it looks like we're going to be in this one for a while still. Hopefully, a big losing streak or a bad week could change that. But as of right now, the Twins are in the playoff race even without Miguel Sano or getting any deals done at the deadline. I wish we had some players we could call up to fortify the roster, but we're just a year away, I feel, from being able to do that. Maybe 2 years for some of the players down at AA that have shown a lot of promise. And next episode, I think we'll bring Jesse Chavez back to the 25-man roster and maybe send down Hector Santiago, whose numbers are starting to go down a little bit. On that last screen, you could also see Maxwell Fowler right now, while handling his business at AAA, is averaging less than 4 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's just not a strikeout pitcher. I want to spend a short time now at AA with one of the batters I think has one of the brightest futures in our organization, and that is Willie Ordonez. He was hitting well over 300 this year before a knee injury took most of his season away from him. He has now come back, and he doesn't seem to have lost any kind of ability, and the numbers are not dropping off. There's some good defense by Ordonez. He is a first baseman who hits for contact over power. So maybe he is a good replacement for Joe Mauer as far as keeping that contact strength in the lineup. Here is Ordonez going up the middle with a base hit and reaching here late in the 9th inning. Ordonez does have 8 home runs this season, and he does have good power off of lefties. I think he's pretty far along already in his development, but the question is about how much better he's going to be. But I think at his current level, he's still going to be a big league player, and probably with the team in spring training as early as next year, especially if we don't go out and address first base and if Mauer is no longer in the organization. So that'll bring an end to this episode. We continue the month of August next time, and we'll see if the Twins can do more to help their playoff chances and hopefully get a couple series victories as the season winds down. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave a like on the video, leave your feedback in the comment section, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.